It's Konga here, and today I have two replays featuring German tank destroyers. In this first one, we are in the Waffenträger Panzer IV, and there you see this punished platoon on the enemy team, or NFTG platoon, or whatever you want. It's a mixed platoon, but they're all buddies, and they platoon together a lot. And whenever I see them on the enemy team, they always YOLO me. And I was gonna join Crazy Limes here in the middle. That's where I wanted to take my tank initially, but I've changed my mind. I'm like, no, I'm not going to play into their hands. Instead, we're going to set up and let them play into my hands. That's what we're going to be doing today in this game. Is, well, first shooting a house, because I don't like that house very much. But then we're going to give them an absolute clinic of a game. Well, maybe. We'll see. Man, if only I didn't fire my shot, we could have put a shell in there, but such is the life. Now, today I was going to give you guys a viewer replay, but then I thought, no, on Thursday, that was kind of my last time I got to speak with you guys. You guys knew about my book and how it was doing. Friday, the book came in, finally. Actually, it was Thursday. It was right after the stream. Literally right after the stream, the book came in. And I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think this is the cover I want for it, right? And I was second-guessing myself, and I was just like, You don't want to second-guess yourself. If you're second-guessing yourself, then something is wrong. And so, the next day, Friday, they call me up, and they say, listen, well, let me get into it. They don't typically care what the cover looks like. It's the authors. It's a self-publishing company. They don't care. If you want to publish it like that, you can publish it like that. However, they have plans with this book. They want to see this going places, or they see it going places, and so they call me up and they say, here's the deal, we want to talk to you about your cover. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And if I get a professional opinion here and they tell me, yeah, they don't like it that much, then that's good news. So they call me up, I answer, and they say, yeah, we don't think this cover is gonna quite fits the audience we're looking for. They said the audience we see are young adults and adults reading this book. We don't see too many children reading this book, and your cover kind of looks cartoonish, which is interesting because it was a live photo, right, that was colored over, so that was kind of funny, but it was too cartoonish to them. So, and I said, I completely agree. And they're like, well, we have artists here if you want to take advantage of our packages, or use your artist and redo it or whatnot, or you can publish it now. It's up to you, of course. And I said, no, I trust you and I believe you, because I was thinking the same thing, and so were a lot of you guys were thinking the same thing. So I said, all right, what's that going to cost? And they're like, well, if you do it yourself, it's not going to cost anything. If you do it with us, it'll cost X amount. And I said, actually, that's in my budget, so I can do that. And so I did. And now we just have to wait until they're done with that. But these guys are now pushing in. They want to kill my platoon mate and then come after me. But I am in a position to hopefully hold them back. And they're pushing very prematurely because now they see the blood in their eyes. We can kill the clone guy, is what they're thinking. And maybe they can. This Patton is ignoring the medium tank who just shot him and looking at me. But, such is the life of the clone guy here. And he shoots. And this guy is shooting HE, but he can't quite get his gun down. And he misses us. And the Patton is behind us, so I'm like, all right, you know what? We don't want to get shot by this Patton. They've got another Patton in the middle. So we're going to push this guy, make him fall back. Now we're engaging him by ourselves. There was a Mauschen, but he's going to be too slow to help. And you see their other Patton in the middle in the Abbey. He doesn't have shots on us from where we are, which is good. We really want this guy, and now we're going to go and maybe hopefully juke him. Yeah, he misses his shot on us. He was not expecting us to do that. I think he thought we were going to fall back. We put the shell into his lower plate, bust his engine. Now we're going to get around him. He puts an HE shell into us. Now we're one shot if he does pen us with HE, but he doesn't have a fully traversable turret like we do. And now we're getting around him, and dead. He's gone. He wasn't able to pull off the shot. And then we back up, and we dodge the Patton in the middle. He narrowly misses us, and we've taken out his platoon mate, and he fails to hit us. And the other platoon mate died to the medium tank, and so did the Mauschen. There was a crossfire between our medium tank and another tank destroyer who just ripped them to shreds, trying to go after the clone guy here, and they couldn't do anything about it. They split up, and we took advantage of it, and we punished them. Now all that's left is a 50B. Spoilers, he's going to kill himself because he thinks he's artillery. And this Patton, we're going to get our revenge. Not really revenge. It didn't really do anything to us. Well, he shot us once earlier in the engine, but now we've got a broken gun. We got a broken turret ring. No problem whatsoever. Let's see what happens here. Aiming up a shot. There he is. We got to weave it through all these little pillars. Oh, okay, sure. I aim poorly, but broken gun. No problem. Shell goes straight, and we finish off the last platoon mate in the YOLO platoon there. And they die. And there's the 50B killing himself. What a player. And I give a negative. I always give a negative when the enemy team kills themselves. It's so cowardly. Such cowards. You'll never kill me. I'll just kill myself and take that satisfaction from you. So, but yeah, but you lost the game. So, you know. But 70,000 credits made. Doesn't really matter. This was before the big update. But it is what it is. We get the victory. The victory royale. Up to almost 97%. Maybe we can 100% this one day, but that would require playing the game, so probably not. Now I'm platooned up with Rage Adrenaline, and he's introducing me to some of his friends. He's got some cool friends. You could really play with almost anyone in this game, and you're like, wow, you know, this is really fun. The game is much better with friends. It really is, guys. If you're not enjoying the game right now, but you still want to play the game, you know, find some friends to play with. That's what I'm saying. Of course, not everybody is enjoyable to play with. Ghost of Gera, I've played with him. Holy cow, that was a nightmare. Like, you know. There are some people out there that aren't fun to play with, but a majority of people are. And this one, we're in the Kononen Jagdpanzer 105. I don't know if we've really featured this on the channel. I think we have. Well, I know we featured the 90 a couple of times, but not really the 105. And we're going to have a pretty decent game here. We're going to keep our guns singing almost throughout the game and pretty much confuse Rage Adrenaline. He was kind of confused as to how he did so much damage when he was with me the entire time and struggling. And it was like, I don't really know. I guess my gun just shot straight. Now we're hiding from the triple artillery. That's terrifying. They have 3, we have 2. And this is pre-update 6.0. Can we get a shot here? Well, not really. Out of my way. Out of my way. We're aiming up a shot here. Minuteman? I don't want to shoot the side of a Minuteman. Ah, good. An overpowered tier 8 heavy tank from the front. Let's shoot him instead, and we penetrate him from the side. But those Minutemen, shooting him at the sides is a nightmare. Chryslers, what's funny is, they're like one of the first tanks in this game to be introduced that doesn't have a weak spot from the front. But with the guns nowadays, they really aren't even an issue. And we put a shell into that guy, T-32A, and we're up to 1,203 damage. Not too shabby. TVP, test me. He tested me. We put the shell in. Get another juicy roll. That's nice when you roll over 400. That doesn't happen anymore. If you're using this gun, a 105, you're going to be rolling more around 360 each shot. I'd say 363 is probably about your average damage roll nowadays, not 390 like they say it is. Who is this? STA1 here. My platoon. Here comes Rage Adrenaline driving by. Now we're going to go back over here and see if we can find any shots. Somebody is targeting us. It's a tortoise, and he feels very confident fighting 2 tier 8s from the front with the support of a tier 9 medium tank, and he should be confident. But the issue with this is I am a Unicum, and so is Rage, and we understand that this is a situation you don't want to find yourself in, so you have to push someone or something. And so we've decided, okay, the tortoise is the play. And so we're just going to push him and take his gun out of the game. He turns around for us. He puts a shell into us, but now his side is towards Rage Adrenaline. Rage Adrenaline can put shots into him, and now he has to decide. And so we kind of switched positions. They had us in the crossfire, so we used the fact that my tank is very quick and mobile and suddenly put him in the crossfire. And that's what you can do when you're platooned. He gets finished off. If he looked at me, he would die. If he looked at my friend, he would die. And he died. Unfortunately, our friend who killed the tortoise gets set on fire and does die. So we're just going to quickly disengage and come back from a different angle here, because fighting an Oni is, well, they're easy to kill, but they have derp guns, and I think the Oni actually just died. But now we have shots on this guy. Aim. His ammo rack, we're aiming at his ammo rack. It's right there. We fired off, and we do not hit it. It probably passed through his ammo rack. When you do hit an ammo rack, I think it's a 33% chance it gets damaged when you shoot through one. So that makes sense. Otherwise, imagine if you knew where an ammo racks were, and every time a shell hits an ammo rack, it ammo racks it. If you're in like an E25, you'd be two-shotting people all day, every day, especially Tiger 1s and Tiger 2s and such. Like, that's kind of broken. So there is a dice roll even when you hit a module. Same with the gun. It's a 33% chance. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think it's a 25% chance on the ammo rack. I think. Don't quote me on that. But now we get to the side of this guy. We put a shell into him. He is ammo racked, but he hasn't fired in a while, so he is loaded. He fires one into us. We'll be loaded soon, but he will be in our reload even with the ammo rack. Doesn't matter. We put another shell into him, and we have a Chimera with an Inferno Chimera. Will he shoot him? If he pokes out again, he's gonna die. He knows that, I'm sure. But we're willing to take a shot from him if we need to. But the FE422 comes around the corner and finishes him off. No problem there whatsoever for him. He goes down. Now there's artillery. Just a few tanks left. And still technically, I guess, a close game, but the enemy team has lost any form of map control. Here's a nice juicy shot. Boop. Straight in. 340. Wow, that's, I think, the lowest we've rolled so far. And that's not that bad. That's kind of normal. Nowadays, roll of tanks. It's like, oh, big guns. Low rolls. No shot there. Fired anyway. Just in case, you can shoot through the ground, but you can't shoot through the ground in this game. Now we're going to roll in. They've got a Scorpion somewhere. I would love to shoot a Scorpion. 1 millimeter of armor on that thing. 1 millimeter. So we're going to load up our HE shells. Where could he be? He's going to be on the left, isn't he? Yeah, there he is. There's the Scorpion. And we've got an HE loading for his face. We're also very heavy. We could ram him, but he could two-shot us. And he's actually putting in the hurt into our platoon mate here. It's a tiny tank, hard to hit, especially when he's hull down, actually. As crazy as that is. But here he comes. HE shell. Boom. But he puts a shell into us as well. He goes for the ram. And now we're going to use our mobility and get around him. And he's not going to be able to get another shell into us. Or will he? He's getting the gun around. We're loaded. Boom. We finish him off. Down he goes. 4,999 damage. Can we pass 5K? No, we cannot. The last tank or artillery, GW Tiger Pig or whatever it is, GW Panther Pig, dies. But it doesn't matter. Not before we did almost 5,000 damage in this very, very rapid 5-minute game. 1,000 damage a minute. Not too shabby. Ace Tanker. Sniper medal. We fired one to the ground. Otherwise, we've been 12-12-12, which would have been great, but doesn't really matter. We pick up the victory. GG's all around. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT. Link in the description below, and I'll see you guys all later. Tomorrow, we will have a viewer replay, E75, so stick around for that. Take care, everyone, and peace out.